So Tibetans are still oppressed in Tibet. If not, why would they risk their lives and their families' future and security to speak out and then be tortured forever, be even killed sometimes? And the Panchen Lama that Wangyada was talking about, he was imprisoned for being the Panchen Lama. He was only 6 years old when he was imprisoned, the youngest political prisoner ever, we call them. He was born in 1989 and he was recognized in 1995 as the 11th Panchen Lama by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And 3 days after his recognition, his entire family was kidnapped by the Chinese government, and we still don't know where he is. The Chinese government keeps on saying he's fine, we have been educating him at home, he weighs this much, he's this tall, he just doesn't want to be disturbed. He's been telling the Chinese government to keep him secure and away from us, which doesn't make sense. And then the Chinese government, an atheistic government, who Mao Zedong told the Dalai Lama that religion is poison. A government who believes that religion is poison is taking initiative into recognizing our lamas. It's the Tibetan lamas. They have recognized their own Panchen Lama, who they are just parading around as the real Panchen Lama, and our real Panchen Lama that the Dalai Lama recognized is under house arrest, and we don't know where he is. We don't even know if he's alive. We have been asking for an evidence. Just show us a picture, let us talk to him. And he turned 18 on April 25th this year, and we've been saying now he's an adult. We don't want Chinese government to talk for him anymore. If he doesn't want us to bother him, he has to come out and say it. And we haven't heard anything from him. So the Chinese government claiming that he doesn't want to be bothered and that he wants to be secure, I think it's all bogus, and there's no concrete evidence to show that it's not.
I think the situation is pretty grim. It is grim because many, in fact the majority of Tibetans are totally dissatisfied with the conditions there. And their additional worries are exacerbated by the fact that the new railway line to Lhasa is bringing in a lot of migrant Chinese workers who are taking away Tibetan land, Tibetan jobs. So this added Chinese population presence in Tibet is adding to the social tension in Tibet. And along with this is the fear that as more Chinese migrant workers come into Tibet, this will fundamentally erode the distinct identity of the Tibetan people, and that's a real fear of the Tibetan people.
The Tibetan people, they are becoming marginalized. We are becoming a minority in our own land.
And soon, as the white people have done in North America, in South America, this is happening in front of our eyes inside Tibet, not only in Tibet, in eastern Turkestan, in southern Mongolia, in Manchuria. From what I have heard, it is all over. They are outnumbered 100 to 1 or whatever. The only way for Tibetans today to practice their faith and to have a glimpse of their beloved leader is to escape to India, and also to meet up with broken families. And also inside Tibet, they are second-class citizens. At least in free India, they have the dignity of living as Tibetans.
When Beijing was first nominated as one of the countries to be given the chance to host 2008 Olympics, there was a global protest from TSGs, Tibet support groups all over the world, and of course Tibetan NGOs, that Beijing, with a record of such human rights violation should not be holding this prestigious, most sought after place of hosting the 2008 Beijing Olympics, 2008 Olympics. But finally, International Olympics Committee gave them the chance, and we lost that fight. But then, Beijing promised so many things when they got that chance to host the Olympics. They said they would improve all their human rights condition in Tibet and also in mainland China, and that they would improve their environmental policies and all the environmental destructions with mining and deforestation, and even the road to Mount Everest. They have been creating a lot of environmental destruction in Tibet and in other parts of China. They said they will put a stop to all of that, which never happened. So we have been demanding the IOC to pressure China into staying true to the promises they made when they first got the bid to host the 2008 Olympics. We are doing that through petitions and through email petitions and stuff like that.
We have no moral right to call on the youth of the world to boycott the Olympics, because this is their one opportunity. It was not the youth of the world who decided. The Olympics is a celebration of youth and freedom, and we want the youth of the world to go there to participate for the glory of sports, for the honor of their country. But having won your medal, then I call upon the youth of the world to return the blood-stained medals of Beijing. Don't take these blood-stained. They have the blood of millions of innocent lives on them. Please go and celebrate the Olympics. It was not your decision. It was politicians and business people who, in the interest of power politics and big business, awarded genocide by giving Beijing the Olympics. In the case of Hitler in 1936, he used it only as a tool to conduct his war and his plan of genocide against the Jews. In the case of China, they are known to have committed genocide, and not only against the Tibetans and the Mongols and the Uyghur Muslims of Eastern Turkestan. The hundreds of countless millions they have killed in their own country, and yet they have won the Olympics. Nevertheless, I call upon the youth of the free world, having won your bronze and your silver, and having won the coveted gold, please return these blood-stained medals. Thank you.
So the basic idea of Team Tibet, is to form a sports organization within exile Tibetans, so that they could represent as Tibet in international games like Olympics and other sports, big sports event.
And this time, this Olympic, it's a big issue because it's in August 2008. The global attention will be on the Beijing Olympic. So we Tibetan people are demanding that we want to participate in Olympic 2008, as we are a free country.
We are right now in the process of recruiting Tibetan athletes. And then we will be sending a letter to IOC soon, an application to let us play. But then our banner reads, "Bring Tibet to 2008 Olympics." As in, it's a symbolic sort of claim, asking all the global media and all the global tourists that would be going to China in 2008 August, and all the global athletes to please keep Tibet in their hearts and do whatever they can when they are in Beijing. Even if they can do a small protest, a one-person protest, please do that. And we have been trying to recruit athletes, global athletes, to, how in New Mexico, when the Black Panther movement was going on, the Black Power movement to end the racial discrimination in the United States, they used the Olympic stage to protest against racial discrimination. 2 of the black athletes did in New Mexico in 1968. Olympics gives us such a big global platform that we have to utilize it to our benefit, and we've been requesting athletes, requesting tourists, and requesting anyone who's going to Beijing to do something for Tibet.